This is a certified hood classic.
Episode 8. Episode 8, guys. Episode 8 of the Couch Podcast. I'm your boy Leo here, my boy Jerms. Cleanest dude that I know.
I don't mean to cut you off, but Brian texted me and was like, yo, last week, Leo didn't say Jerms the cleanest dude I know. So you got to drop another one.
All right. So episode 8 of the podcast, episode 8 of the Couch Podcast. I'm your boy Leo here with the cleanest dude that I know. Cleanest dude under the sun, my boy Jerms. Brian, how that sound?
That's me. That's me.
That's you.
That's me. How you feeling, bro?
Yo, twinsy.
Yo, that's so crazy. Look at my shirt. Stone Cold.
We're like,
Look at Leo. Stone Cold.
Twinning. We're like,
And this wasn't planned. I ain't be like, yo, you're cool. Yo, we playing that.
dressing his or her. No.
You know what that's called? Great minds think alike.
Word.
All right?
I thought you was gonna say for them to school dick riding.
You won't do it. Relax. We know a couple of those, but we're not talking about that
listen.
today. that's for the after hours episodes.
Word.
But yeah, episode 8, another week. We just left the studio and we back here again.
Come on, talk about the
Come on,
consistency. Man.
we here. We creating. We're creators. This is what we do. This is what we do best, right?
With a capital R.
We here again.
Look at the hustle is there, dog.
Just like I said last week, a lot of people be like, yo, today's Wednesday, right? So that means episode 7 came out yesterday, right? So this is for next Tuesday. So when it comes out, people know, you see, we working, bro.
We working.
We are here.
And we on Apple, whore.
We on Apple. Finally. It's so funny because remember I was saying like, yo, what the hell's going on? Like, and I know Marv was like, yo, I know all the texts that Marv got. He must have been like, yo, there's nothing I could do. Like, I tried this already. Like, but so yeah, I was on the Anchor website, like going through it, trying to get some help. And like I said the last time too, I sent the email. And the answer that they sent me back, it didn't help me. Like, I looked at the email and I was just like, all right, I guess I'll just wait. So on the website, it tells you like, oh, you got to wait 10 days, blah, blah, blah. So I want to say maybe like when the 3rd episode dropped, I looked. On Apple, it wasn't there. So then that day I hit you up. I'm like, yo, I'm going to see if I could reach out to them. I looked and it was there. So I was like, look, I'm over here talking all this shit. And we probably been up there for weeks.
Right.
But we here now.
We here, we on it.
We on it.
Apple, Spotify,
YouTube, finally.
Hit that subscribe button,
Hit
dog.
the subscribe button. Okay. That's it's important. It's important.
We're at like 106 subscribers, dog.
No,
like,
actually, we are at 109, I believe.
Let's go.
Let me see. Hold on. I'll tell you right now. We are at 109 subscribers.
Let's go.
We're working. Like I said last time, we're working hard. I leave tomorrow, Thursday. Don't listen to this. Don't listen to this and be like, oh, have a safe flight. I'm already there.
Yeah.
Could wish me have a safe flight back, which is cool. But I will be in DR tomorrow afternoon, living it up. So everybody that be living it up, that's gonna be me. I got the wife beater, so I could be on the beach like.
What do I do?
And do.
He's like, I love for you.
But yeah, so that's why we back today. Because I'm leaving tomorrow.
Hey,
I can't wait. Oh my God, I cannot wait to be out there, bro. Decompressing, just relaxing. Me and the girls. Pop's birthday. You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful.
It's gonna be a good time. And that's it. I'm here today. Going tomorrow. Next week, I come back, and guess where we're gonna be next week when I come back? Right back here in Bravery Studios for another episode.
Hit the bravery, Hit the drop.
So follow them on Instagram too, man. I'm always tagging them. I don't put up a post without tagging them. Always got to make sure. And I always tag Marv too. Even though Marv, other sessions, I'll be looking at his story and he be recording. other podcasts while in their sessions. He don't be doing that for us, but it's all right. We talk about that when we leave here.
We go.
Nah, I'm just playing, Marv. You know you my guy, bro. You hold us down. You hold us down.
You keep us grounded.
100,000%.
I was going to sell out 3 times, and Marv was just like, "Nah, bro, hold it down, hold it down."
Oh, he told you that?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'll keep Marv's advice. I'll keep Marv's advice to myself. Just don't be surprised. But yeah, man. Enough about that. How was your week?
Yo, my week was good. Well, only the few days that we had to speed up to this. It was good. I went out, enjoyed myself. Yo, I went to the wildest.
You got a redemption story?
You
got a redemption story because your 4th of July was
mind when you think of me. Yo, bro, beat this. So I go out. This is actually Monday, so I'm like, all right, cool. Ain't no spots popping on Monday, so me and D, we just go. We get some nips from the liquor store. So we like, all right, bet. Let's see, we gonna just get drunk until we get there. We walked from like 34th Street to like LES, so it was a like long walk. Taking nips, getting drunk.
I got a longer walk than that.
Yo, I say we go like no spots are popping. So right around the corner from Pianos, I don't remember the name of the spot. They had a karaoke bar. So I walk in the karaoke bar. All that's good. I see people from different shapes, walks of life, like just wilding out. The song that played at the karaoke bar as we're walking in is "Bitches ain't shit and they can't say nothing. I bees in a trap." So I see somebody going off. So I'm like, I bees in the trap, bees in the... So I look, it's a dude that looks just like Childish Gambino, like in there, like bro. But he had gold teeth, everything. He looked like they casted him for like This Is America if they couldn't get Childish Gambino, right? Yeah, he's stunned double. So there, as I'm doing, I want to go up karaoke and sing Poison, but Dino won't let me go up there and
let you be
sing my talents. Oof. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, let me say Poison. She like, nah, like, you not drunk enough. So I'm like, all right, but out of nowhere, a couple come, right? Like, weirdest thing ever. They start making out and shit. And the girl has her bag. It keeps hitting my knee. And I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? And I'm looking at them like dead in the face, like, nah, you guys are bugging. Whole time, good time. The weirdest part about that karaoke bar, they're playing Sports Center. And I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? But in all, good night, amazing night, and just really like it was a good experience. I wouldn't have it any other way, but I didn't get to sing Poison, so I was a little
That's
upset.
terrible. What's your I want to say, let me see, top 5 karaoke songs?
My top 5 karaoke song: Poison, Remember the Time, I'll Be Missing You, More Money, More Problems, and Fresh Summers. If they have it.
God, bro, I can't stand you, bro.
What's your top 5 karaoke songs, bro?
My top 5 karaoke songs: Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, nice.
By Queen. And I sing the whole song by myself. I don't sing it with anybody.
Okay.
You can ask about me in these streets. I'm out here when it comes to Bohemian Rhapsody. Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue.
Okay.
Right. Read Your Mind by Avant. that's my joint. I Write Sins, Not Tragedies. Panic at the Disco.
Panic at the Disco.
And 5. 5 would have to be Last Night, Diddy and Keisha Cole.
If I told you once. Yo, that song is a banger.
Banger.
Last Train to Paris?
Oh, man. That wasn't Last Train to Paris.
That wasn't on it?
Last Train to Paris is Dirty Money. That's way before Dirty Money.
That song wasn't on it?
No, that's not Last Train to Paris.
For real?
Yes, I promise you. Last Train to Paris was Dirty Money. He wasn't doing that. Hold on, I'll tell you right now.
Oh, man. Guys, while Jerm looked this up, please send us your top 5 karaoke songs.
That was Press Play by Diddy in 2006. That's a long time
2006?
ago. Yes.
Oh,
that's a long time ago. And then on that, he had that song with Christina Aguilera, Tell Me. That he had that on there. And
shout out to Diddy.
That's it. No, don't shout out Diddy.
Oh, my gosh.
Don't shout out Diddy.
You still got
I know
that
he's
beef
from
with
Harlem,
Diddy.
but don't shout out.
I forgot you still got that beef.
I told you, you know my beef with Diddy. And if you don't remember my beef with Diddy,
please remind us.
Diddy got Notorious B.I.G. killed. I know it. You see all these. Look at all the people that were signed to Bad Boy, right? You got Craig Mack.
Yeah.
Drop Flavor in Your Ear, right? Had the whole crazy promotion for his album.
Such a good song.
Flopped. Tried to drop another album. Done. Kicked him to the streets, right? R.I.P. Craig Mack. You got 112. 112 had the streets on lock at one point, right?
Peaches and Cream was a really
out of
good song.
all the like R&B groups, I think they were the best over Jagged Edge. Although I think they were, at that time, at least, at that time they were the best. Had they stretch, what happened to them? Slim tried to go solo, kaputs.
He dropped
nothing.
one good song.
I'm so fly. Feels like I'm taking. That was my joint. That was my joint. That was my joint. You had Young Jock on that.
Shout out to Young Jock.
Who else? You got Danny Kane. What happened to them?
He broke them up. Damage.
My heart is damaged. That was a good song too. Danny Kane, right? And then Dawn and the other girl, they left and they became Dirty Money. They had a couple songs.
And then No Money.
Loving You No More with Drake. That's a really good song too.
Drake feature was good too.
That was and then they had what's the song with Chris Brown? Yesterday. Remember that song?
Yeah, yes.
Great songs.
Chris
Boom.
Breezy.
Right? Day 26.
Yo,
another group.
That was a great group though. The band.
But
another group gone.
I think Diddy knew he wasn't gonna be able to do that to Biggie.
Yeah, nah. Biggie was too big. He was
what can
too
you
big,
do? What can you do? What can you do to somebody who's too big and you can't stop him? You gotta knock him off.
Yeah, damn, that sucks.
That's my theory.
That's a really good theory though.
But I'd say that to mess around.
Yo, people
it could be that could have been what happened. We don't really know. We weren't there. But I did read an article from someone that was saying that even though like Biggie was signed and all that stuff, and he had all these singles and everything, he was still living rough. He didn't have all this money that it seemed to be. Like he was still kind of in this like halfway in the street.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. It's crazy that picture that they paint and you don't really know what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, like made it look like everything was all good.
It's terrible. It's really bad. It's so bad, man. It's
gotta watch those contracts. Gotta watch those contracts.
This guy, you hear him off. We gotta watch those contracts. Meanwhile, he
360 deal, dog.
Whatever. I'm just here so I won't get fined. Whatever.
How was your week, dog?
My week was cool. Last week, well, not last week. I gotta stop saying. I'm just so used to saying last week.
Yeah, just cause.
Last Saturday, mom's birthday party. It was cool. I got to see some of my family that I hadn't seen in a while. Some of her friends that I hadn't seen in a while. The only bad thing about it was the weather. It was kind of like raining on and off, and then started raining a little heavier. I found one spot and I didn't move. I barely moved from there the whole night. And then what day was that? I want to say Friday. The Friday before. Did we record last Saturday or last Friday?
Last Friday. Last Friday.
Yeah, because I went. So after that, I didn't tell you. Remember I told you about that bar restaurant that I love going to, Cowan's?
Yeah.
Right? So the hospitality company that owns them, they just opened another spot.
What?
That's like 5 minutes from my house, if that. It's mad close. And the theme for the bar is it's like a 1950s themed bar.
What'd I say?
It's so dope. Like the bar setup.
How'd you find out about that?
Lou's cousin.
Okay.
His wife, she knows all these like wild spots around, all these restaurants and bars and stuff. So I hadn't seen them because they've been traveling back and forth. They're like never home, and that's our go-to like couple to hang out with because they live right upstairs. So I hadn't seen them when I got home. I remember I went to Target after the studio. When I got home, they just so happened to be outside. So I'm like, guys, we don't have Mia tonight. Like, let's hang out. Let's do something. So she was like, all right, I'll try to find a spot. And she found that spot. She was like, they just opened on Thursday.
Nice.
Yo, we went up there. And they were booked. Tables were booked until like 8 o'clock. So we got there at 5. So we're like, listen, let's just hang out by the bar. You know, we'd chill, order apps, and then we'll sit down and eat dinner. So they gave us like a happy hour menu, and then they gave us like the cocktail menu with the food and everything. Yo, we sat at that bar and tried one of every drink, like one of every drink that they had. Yo, all the drinks were fire, bro.
What's a drink that stood out? To you?
They had one called Roman Holiday, and
I like
it was a tequila drink, and it had like cucumber, mint, lime, and egg white. Okay. It was it was crazy. It didn't taste like you were drinking a drink.
Yeah.
It tastes like you were drinking like some cucumber, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They also had this other one called Golden Girls or something like that. All their drinks were good. There was one drink that I had that I didn't really like it because they make it with mezcal and Aperol.
Oh yeah.
So it was like, it was one of those drinks where like the initial sip is like it's all right, and then the aftertaste is like, it's kind of. So I drank it. I sat there and drank it, but we did that. Then we sat down, we had dinner, and then we went. It was still early, so we were like, yo, let's go do something else. So we went bowling.
Oh man.
So we went to one, Bolero.
Yeah.
They have one in Wallington, which is like 5 minutes from us. So we went over there. I'm already buzzed. Like, I'm like, I think bowling is a bad idea, but I'm like, whatever. We were trying to go to do karaoke, but some people in the party, they wanted to do karaoke. I think it's because I was there and they know.
And you're celebrity when it gets to the karaoke.
So we end up going there, and Lou's cousin is like, oh, what do you guys want to drink? And I'm like, I drink tequila, so I'm going to drink tequila. Bro, he goes to the bar and buys 1942 on the rocks. Yo. When I say in my head, I was like, oh, man. I'm not even ready for this. Yo, we must have had like 4 rounds of 42 on the rocks. Oh my God. I was lit up. Okay, I was lit up. I wasn't
like last time?
Nah. Like 4th of July? Nah. I was, on the rocks. I was good. I was sipping. I wasn't like chugging the drinks. I was sipping, whatever. So yeah, we went and we started playing some like arcade games, and they had one of those skill cranes that play till you win. Oh, yo, okay. I got home with like 6 stuffed animals. I won an ET one. I won a yellow Power Ranger. I won a Felix the Cat one. I just won a bunch of random shit.
Walking around with that.
And then I went home, and yo, thank God, like I drank a lot, but thank God on Sunday.
You didn't wake up with no hangover or anything like that?
I felt refreshed, bro. I felt so good. It's the first time in a long time that I woke up feeling like that. But and yeah, that was really it.
That was dope.
Yesterday was my neighbor's birthday, so I was chilling in the pool. I was chilling in their pool with them, with Mia, and that's Beautiful. It. And now we're here, recording episode 8 of the couch.
8, dog, on the couch. That's exciting, yo. That's exciting. 8 episodes in, dog. Like every episode, I feel like is an accolade. Like huge shout out to the subscribers. Like we guys love you. We do it for you. Like Jerms,
follow us on IG too.
Before we get to anything else, I want to say, bro, just from a brother to brother perspective, y'all love you, dog. Like. Yo,
you too, man.
Bro, you.
We doing this.
We doing this, and I wouldn't have it any other way, dog. Like you my man, 100 grand, man.
Don't do that.
You know.
But I tell we do this all the time. Like this is not just a one time. Every other week, you know what I'm saying? We having so much fun doing this.
Nah, that's a fact.
That's the best thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you see people try to do things like this, and they try to do it with random people, or they try to do it with people they know, and you can see like the chemistry.
It's just off.
It's off. It's off. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but. That's the best. That's the best thing about this.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? We're in a great environment right now. We got Marv back there holding us down all the time, and he answers all. Anytime we text him, he texts right back.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He's been the most help that we've gotten.
No, that's a
on
fact.
This.
And
we wouldn't be here without him.
No,
so again, shout out to my guy
Marv.
Marv. We love you, my bro. And yeah, we here, man. We the good team, bro.
Good team.
That's all it is.
Good team.
But today, I know we've had a lot of jokes. We got all the jokes out the way. Today, I felt it was necessary to do a men's mental health awareness episode, if you want to call it that. There's been a lot of stuff going on in my life, in your life, everybody's life, you know, and that's a topic that I feel not enough people speak about, and it should be something that's spoke about all the time. You know what I'm saying? I know us growing up, you know, me being Hispanic, you being black, it's a tough situation for us to sit there and talk about. I remember the first time I told my mom and everybody that I wasn't, you know, that I was kind of struggling a little bit. And I, you know, like I wasn't happy. I broke down crying, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it was really hard for me to do that, one. And then two, like I did that and I let everybody around me know. And it just like, I felt almost relieved.
It's like a big weight lifted
off my shoulder, you know? And it's tough. I'm still dealing with stuff, you know. We'll get into a lot more, but also a reason why I wanted to do this episode today is because I do leave for vacation tomorrow, and I want our next episode to kind of be like a recap, and I want to sit there and watch both episodes and see how I was when I left, and then see how I am when I come back.
You get to decompress and stuff like that as well. Yeah, that's dope.
So yeah, this is gonna be something, you know, that some people might like, some people might not like. It's something that I think is a necessity in platforms like this. I do see a lot of people talk. I do see people talking about it, which is great. But one thing that I gotta say is, I see people trying to advocate for it, but it's like they say it and then all right, that's it. You know. Right. They don't advocate in a way where it's like, okay, I'm going to speak about this and I'm going to make myself available. I'm going to make people know that I'm available whenever there's somebody who needs my help, reaches out. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to help them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are scared to go to somebody they know and ask for help. It's hard. It's not an easy thing to do at all. It's not easy. You know, the society that kind of like we grew up in, it's like us being men. Right. You know, we're looked at as, you know, the providers, you know, stuff like that. And it's kind of like almost like a sign of weakness.
Yeah. And then look weak if you're asking for help. Like, I know, like, for me, like, my job right now is actually to listen to people and, like, hear them out and, like, change a culture or just kind of, like, change how a building feels. And you have these conversations with people, like, who lose family members, who just feel like they can't make it each and every day. And, like, what I do is I try my best to listen thoroughly and find ways that they can like zen out or decompress from it all. And because like what people forget too, like in a working environment as well, like it's not, they always say leave all that stuff at home.
It's hard to leave that stuff at home.
And then you really don't get it. And
it is really hard.
And you're looked at as like in the working environment, you're looked at as a number rather than a human. And I try my best to advocate for like, hey, listen, it's okay to cry like as a man. It's okay to have your feelings and stuff like that. Because especially as minorities, we deal with a lot of the pressure of, like you said, like providing or really like going out and worried about like our weight, worried about how we look. And it's kind of put on the back burner because we're men. We're supposed to always have it together and supposed to swallow it and then just let it go. So, I mean, let's continue to talk about mental health. I think it was an amazing idea that you actually wanted to make this episode surrounding mental health.
Yeah, man.
And it's powerful to talk about, and it's really, really like it takes the courage to talk about it.
It does. I want to say for people who sit there and, you know, do talk about it and do reach out to other people and try to get the help, I applaud you for that. Right. Okay, because like I said, it is very hard. It's very hard to sit there and admit like I'm not happy
or something is wrong with me and I don't know.
Something is wrong with me. I might have a problem.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's wrong with me, you know what I'm saying? And somebody that I might go to, they might just dismiss me like, oh, you just going, you'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Saying that's a very common thing. Like, yo, listen, I'm not really feeling.
Or like, you'll get over it.
You'll get over it. Or it's like, yo, you got to just get over that shit. Yeah, you know, it's not easy. It's not easy. You can sit there and tell somebody, yo, get over it. Right. They can't get over it. Right. You know, like I've met people who struggle, bro, and they sit there and they act like everything is okay. You know, they mask it very good. And that could be, that could be one downfall.
Right.
You know, because now people are like, oh, now you're right. So now you come with that, yo, I'm having an off day. Like, oh, you know, they're not gonna really help you dive in deep to really see and get to that problem and try to help you figure out what's wrong. You know, and that's one reason why you know, I quit Adidas. You know, I was just unhappy there. You know how I gave it up in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was top everything in there. Like I busted my ass there. And then eventually I just started seeing a lot of things where it was like you say, you're just a number here. You know, I seen people come in, do these things, and then leave, and it was like they weren't even there.
Yeah.
Or just them replace people and bring new people in. There was a few people there that kind of like held me down. When I was like at those points. So thank you to them. Like, I love you forever, and you know
who
that
you are.
I've made it clear. But when you're working in these places, like a lot of people say like don't go above and beyond. I really speak for that.
Yeah.
Just you know, now I'm not saying like go into your job and do the bare minimum. Like, you know, do your thing, thing. But you know, all those celebrities come in. I used to, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
But it was like, yeah, like I just got to a point where I was like, I just don't feel like I'm not feeling it here anymore.
Right.
I want to get out, and I tried and I couldn't. So that was another thing that was kind of like holding me back. You know, when you know, I lost my grandmother back in 2018. It's crazy because yesterday I actually just made like her, and it was a 3-year anniversary for her. And that's something that I'm still dealing with. I told you, you know, my grandmother was like, my grandmother raised me.
Yeah, it was your everything.
You know, even me losing my grandfather a while back, you know, I told you I was the last person who saw him and stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, that still sticks with me today. Like, what if I would have, you know, what if I would have went back and, you know, stood with him, or, you know, if that would have happened while I was there. Yo, when from the day that happened till 2 weeks later, I didn't talk to anybody. Like, the only person I spoke to was my mom. You know what I'm saying? I didn't speak to anybody. Like, I could be there sitting physically in a room,
and then mentally,
and
else.
I was mentally somewhere else, you know. And like, the only person that I could talk to was my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, she would ask me stuff and I would like answer her, but other people would talk to me and I would like I just couldn't get it out.
What got you like, and I'm glad you identified that. Like, what got you back to like?
I can't even tell you, bro. I can't even tell you. It was just, you know, eventually kind of like starting back to, you know, going through the motions again, and, you know, accepting. And like, I didn't want to accept it, you know. I think accepting it helped me. You know, I didn't want to go to his funeral. I was in a really bad place, you know. And even with my grandmother, I kind of went back to that bad place. You know, I took all that time off from work, and when I went back to work, it was like, I was like, all right, this might help me, you know, get back in the, yo, it just didn't help me at all. And you know, that last day, the couple days before that I quit, something happened at work. I was already having like a shitty day. Something happened. It was just like, all right, like, nah, I just want to get out of here. So I went home, and my mom was in Puerto Rico, and I called her, and I was talking to her. She's like, yo, you all right? And I'm like, nah, not really. Like, you know, something happened at work today, and it was like really annoying. And she started talking about it, and then, bro, I just started crying. Like, I was just so frustrated, like nobody is hearing me here,
Word.
like, you know. And I just broke down. I started crying, and I was walking home. And when I got home, I went to open the door, and the door was locked. Like, Lou was inside with the baby. The baby had been sleeping. So I opened the door. I tried to open the door, and it was locked. And like me juggling the knobs to try to open the door, bro, everything just like went black. I started like hyperventilating. Like, yo, it was
You think it was
really
like a panic
I
attack?
don't know.
Or?
I don't know what. Like, I don't know what it was. And bro, I was sitting outside. It was cold outside, and I'm sitting outside. I'm fucking hysterical, crying. Like, yo, bro, that was one of the worst days of my life. Like, it was really bad. So my mom called Lou. She was like, yo, Jeremy's outside. Like, he's going through it. She came inside. We went inside. And yo, my chest was tight. I couldn't breathe. Like my hands and my fingers felt like they were gonna explode. Like yo, it's a crazy. I pray. Like I wouldn't wish that on my own worst enemy, bro. It was really tough. It was tough. And I kept saying to Lou, like asking her, like, yo, don't let me die. Like, yo, I felt like I was gonna die, like I was gonna suffocate. They took me to the she rushed me to the ER and stuff, and they kind of like helped calm me down. And like from that day on, I said that text, I was like, yo, I'm done. Right. I'm done. Lou was like, yo, you can't, I'm done. I'm done. Cause God forbid now this happens to me again and I'm in the street.
Yeah, and then anything can happen.
Yo, like, these days it's so wild to see how people who are struggling with their mental health or people who are like alone in the street, it's so crazy to see people around them, their reaction.
Yeah.
You know, like you was telling me the other day about that homeless dude, and those kids were like recording him.
Yeah, word. And recording him as he's walking. Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's like these people, you see it on social media all the time. These people who are down in their luck, you know, a lot less fortunate than us. And I thank God every day for like the position that I'm in my life. I'm able to do the things that I want to do. We're able to do this. We're able to sit in this studio across from each other and, you know, talk about things. And we have opportunities that other people might not be able to get. And it's like, yo, they're like outcasts in the world. Like people treat them like shit. And I think that's another thing why it's so hard to get good help. Yeah. Or, you know, because I tell people all the time, like I tell Lou all the time, like sometimes people just need a hug.
Yeah, right.
You know, a lot of people don't realize what making yourself emotionally available for someone does.
Exactly.
You know, doing a good deed for someone, what that does.
Or even just an open ear to like hear. People are one step.
Just lend the ear. Yeah.
I always say this. You're one step to being just like that. Like you're one process from being just like that. I know like with me, like at times, like especially like work related, I've gotten like frustrated because I felt like I was doing the most that I could, and like you said, like nobody hears you or nobody sees it or nobody like. And I'm a person that chase accolades. Like I'm a person that's like, nah, I want to be the best in this, or I want to be the best in this. I'm a very, very, very confident person.
And that's and another thing too is like that's how we've been programmed.
Yeah,
we've been programmed to do that stuff.
Rather than just saying, hey, listen, like, it's okay. Like, I know my conversations with you, like, I know that you battle and deal with anxiety, and I'm telling you, like, hey, listen, like, is everything okay? And then there'll be sometimes you'll be like, yo, like, honestly, like, my anxiety is kind of like kicking my ass or stuff like that.
I'm having a shitty day. I'm struggling, bro. I'm struggling, you know, and there's never a time where it's quiet from you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're always like, yo, what's going on? Yeah. Do you need me to call you? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's little things like that help. It's little things like that help.
Because somebody is a fact of somebody reaching out with no strings attached. Exactly. Like, and I know 100%. Like, I know for us, like, our moms are our like safe haven, right? And they always remind us that like you're not as good as they say you are, but you're not as bad as they say you are as well. And I know for me and you what's helped our relationship. Me and you are able to talk about anything. Like when we're down, like I remember I was just moving out. I cannot forget this. I was like dead broke, like, and you took me over to the beer place, bro. And then you were like, yo, bro, I got you, like everything like that. And I honestly wanted to shed a tear because I was just like, yo, like, man, like they tell you who to pick your friends and family, and I'm a person I don't have friends, I have family. Like, so when you told me that day, like I went home, I told Dean, I was just like, yo, like it's astonishing that like a man has, like, you know, you have a child, like you have a wife, like you have everything that you have to make sure you provide for. And then even just like little things like that, I was just like, oh man, like that warms my heart that somebody's able to go above and beyond just to see like their friends smile or have a good time, not knowing all the backdrops of everything that's going on. None of that matters.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's about the now. You know what I'm saying? If somebody needs my help and I'm able to do it, I'm going to do it. There's no question about it. You know, if I'm able to do it, I'm going to do it. If I can't do it, I'm gonna be straight up with you. Like, yo, listen, I right now I can't do that for you,
Word.
but if there's anything else, yo, please just let me know. Like, I'll do whatever it is, you know. If it's like I told you, like I was upset at you that you didn't tell me when you were moving because I would have came and helped you move. It's just like little things like that, you know. It goes a long way, and people don't realize that. People don't realize that. A lot of people are focused on impressing the wrong people or like surrounding themselves with the wrong people, and it's like you look like a jackass, you know, because. Like everybody says they love you when you're on top.
Exactly.
Right? So say today, right? I'm with all these people and you're like, yo, dude, like you gotta really see who's around you and you really gotta like evaluate that. And I'm like, nah, these are my people. And tomorrow I wake up and God forbid, like I end up in the hospital. Those people are not coming to see me, bro. They not. You know? Another thing that's very good on your mental, like I said, is the people you're around.
Right.
You know, you want to try to surround yourself with people who, when you're in that position, they're gonna do what it takes to help you.
Right.
You know, I only have like I'm cool with a lot of people. You know, I'm cool with a lot of people, but my list for people that I associate myself with to like ride or die is very short. I could count it on one hand.
Same.
You know, and those are people who have been there in times when I was down, like when I lost my grandfather, when I lost my grandmother. Those people were there for me, you know, and it was like, yo, listen, like you don't even have to ask me to be here. I'm here.
I'm here. Word.
You know, and it's like when I lost my grandfather, I wasn't talking, but just knowing that those people were there for me. You know, I wasn't asking for help because it's not something that I do, and it's something that I want to learn to accept to do in the future. But it's tough.
Word.
It's tough because, like I said, like how we said, we've been programmed to not ask for help. So it's like I'd rather sit there and struggle by myself, you know, trying racking my brain than to be like, yo, can you help me with this?
Word.
And it's like, you know,
and
a lot of people see that. A lot of people see that like, oh, this kid need my help. You know, and you might ask the wrong person. It's just not something that's easy to do.
That's like like for Instagram. So everybody knows my whole Instagram account, Expensive Culture, right? I just, at one point, I think I was sitting down, me and Dina was having a conversation, and I was just like, yo, you know what? Like, we both agreed, like, yo, I'm over this. Like, I've noticed through social media, it was really tearing me apart. I was worrying about what outfit I'm gonna wear. Oh man, I posted this outfit, I can't wear it again. Like, and a lot of people on Instagram, what I've noticed, taking that step back, I'm barely on Instagram now, like, taking a step back, I look at it and I'm saying, a lot of people on these social media platforms, don't celebrate failure at all. And then for me to like take that step back and reevaluate and reassess like everything that I'm doing, I became more of a private person. I'm a person that I like. Instagram was feeding a lot of insecurities that I had about myself, and it allowed me taking that step back to say like, now I don't gotta worry about this. I can dress how I want. I can like say what I want, or I can do what I want without either being shunned or somebody looking, or even losing followers. Followers don't even pay bills. And I'm glad I did it, because now we're able to reset and then make a platform where we're able to talk about these things and not feel bad about it. Like we talk a lot of good on this podcast, and we talk a lot of great on this podcast, and we fail to realize those little conversations that we have that's offset, that's not normally recorded, is the conversations that bring us in here to have these conversations here. So like we said, like mental health is something that's very, very important. Men's mental health is something that's very, very important, guys. Like, please make sure that you guys are getting yourself checked. Like, ask those questions. Don't be afraid to reach out to your friends. If they say you're your friends, they're not gonna trip on it.
Send that text, make that phone call. Those people who you think are happy, reach out to them. You never know. You literally never know what's going on. Like, I know people who I went to school with, or like people that I just knew from my neighborhood, and you know, I thought like yo, they good, you know, and come to find out like they committed suicide. You know, we live in a world where the highest suicide rate comes from men.
Yeah.
Now, you see all this stuff on social media, this stuff on TV, and it's like, one thing that some men kind of like struggle with is like, I'm not good enough, you know? And it sucks that we live in this world today because you can go on social media and like I tell you all the time, you see these things where it's like, yo, if a man did this, it would be this, or if a woman did this, like there's no middle ground.
Right.
You know, so you got like, look, remember that dude, the video of that guy in the bagel shop, the little short dude in the bagel shop, he started flipping out.
Oh yeah.
Remember that, right?
Okay.
So you see that they recorded him, and you gotta admit, it like you see it from a first glance, and it's funny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't really know what's going on, and then like they did the news interview. And he was like, "Yo, you know, I've been dealing with this a lot. People constantly make fun of my height and stuff." Now, right? I was a guy. I was a man. If that same video was a woman, it would have been a wrap.
Right.
It would have been a wrap. So people can sit there and play on men's insecurity, like you said, their height, their weight, the way they look, the way they dress, all this stuff. But now I'm not saying that it's okay to do it to a woman. It's not okay to do that to anybody. But when it's done to a woman, it's a different reaction. You know? And that's why a lot of men struggle, like you said, the way they look, the way they, you know, and it's like, okay, if a woman doesn't like the way she looks, she changes it. She doesn't like her body, she changes it. Whatever, do that. Like that's you know? But it's like, now think of it, it's a different reaction for a man. You don't know what, you never know what a person is going through. You never know what a person is going through, right? And you shouldn't take people's backgrounds or their stories lightly, because like I said, you never know. People struggle with things that you might not even think, like, yo, I wouldn't even thought that person was going through that,
right.
Or I wouldn't have thought that that's something that would push a person to that ultimate reaction of taking their own life. You know, I don't think that's a right thing to do, but that's just me.
Yeah.
You know, and it hurts to see that that's like the damn, what you call it? Like that's the end of that.
That's a result.
That's the result of that. You know, and I think if people made themselves, like I said, if people made themselves more available, if people made the help more available, it would change so much. It would change so much.
And it'll be help. And like for us, being minorities, it's not a lot of places that at one point, it wasn't a lot of places that said, okay, yo, you could go to this spot without it being financially like accessible, like, or saying like, hey, listen, you can go to this spot, but it's gonna cost you this. Like some minorities, they call worst thing. And they call you crazy, but then if it's like any other like race or anything like that, they say no, this person needs help.
Or
and this person is like challenged, but they sit there and they constantly, like some girl, right? Story, 4th grade. Some girl said I had a big nose, right? I went home. I started crying about it. My mother told me, she said, you know what? Like, you're beautiful. My mom tells me this like to this day, right? And I went back to school because I left crying. Like, I left the school crying. Everybody made fun of me, everything like that. I didn't really like it. I came back to the school, and the girl...
No, stop. I'm sorry. It's been a little dark. I had to kind of like throw that in
there. So
I
went back to the school, and I just asked, I said, like, listen, her name was Sharon. I can never forget this. Sharon Johnson. I would never forget this name.
Damn,
I said her whole name. Damn. So, and I hope she's good. And I said, hey, Sharon. Hey, Sharon, like, why do you think I have a big nose? I think it's a pretty cool nose. And she said, honestly, like, I don't have anything wrong with your nose. I just felt like it was gonna make myself feel better. And to hear that in the 4th grade,
and that's the thing. People
her mother must have had some type of conversation that was just acceptable. And Sharon Johnson, I hope that you're doing good. Thank you, because from that day I never let anybody make fun of like how I look. And
people play.
Thank you, Sharon.
People play on people's insecurities to make themselves feel better and to like kind of like hide their insecurities. And you see it all the time. Like you read like I think one of the funniest things to do is read Instagram comments. Like you see all these like baller alert, all these pages, and I sit there and I see the stories they put up, and I'm just like, this is what y'all reported.
Or this is what
you
y'all.
know? And I sit there and I click the comments. I read like 5-6 comments, and I'm like, people are so far off from reality. And you see all these people putting up like mood or couple goals and all this stuff, and it's like, this is what people are programmed to like think that you need.
Right.
You know, you see people idolize these like celebrity relationships, and it's like, that's never gonna happen for you.
Word.
It's not realistic. It's not realistic. These people have millions of dollars, you know, and it's not gonna happen. Stop. Like, let that go.
Word. Move.
Let that go.
Vibe.
Let
like,
that go.
Really.
And the more you start to realize your reality, I think that's a major part in kind of like breaking free from like the norms of society. It's been so like society has been brought to a day and age where it's like it's okay to make fun of people, or it's okay to like you have to be a person who's like shitting on the next person. Like, don't do that. Don't do that, because you might not know who you're trying to stun on.
Word.
You know? And you got to think about it like, one day you're going to be that person.
Word.
One day you're going to be that person. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be next week.
Karma's.
It's going to be a day where you're going to need that help. And then be like, remember, that's a tough pill to swallow. Word. It's a very tough pill to swallow, especially if you're someone, I don't need nobody's help. Don't ever think that you don't need nobody's help. Don't ever think that there's somebody out there that they can't do good for you.
Right.
You know, I've met a lot of people. I've met people who that I don't know, that I just like didn't know, or like just random in the street. Like remember that day that I got those Pharrells?
Yeah.
Right? And I told you the story the day before, right? It was that homeless guy when I was still in Brooklyn. I seen him, and I hadn't seen him in months, right? And what did I do? I seen him finally. And I was like, don't go nowhere. I was like, what size shoe you wear? And he was like, I'm like a size 11. And I was like, I got some 11 and a halves and 12s for you. He was like, I'll make it work. I was like, come with me. I ran upstairs to my house. I gave him like 5 brand new pairs of sneakers, right? And he was like, thank you so much. I was like, you don't even have to do all that.
Yeah, like,
you know, it's just I don't need them. I'm not using them. I don't need them. I could give them to someone who needs them. Like, now, what you do with them is your business.
It's your business, yeah. Word.
You know, but there I did that. You know, a lot of now too. You see all these videos of people doing that, and what comes with it?
Oh yeah,
a video on Instagram.
Oh man, I'm doing
TikTok.
this. Like,
you don't
like,
need that for acceptance.
Word.
Stop trying to be accepted by people. Word. Right? People don't give a fuck about what you're doing. There's some people out there that do not care. Stop looking for that acceptance.
They're looking for
that
like gratification.
You don't need that in your life. You don't need that.
It's
you know?
bad.
And what happened the next day? I was at work and those Pharrells came out and I'm like, damn. I was like, I really, and we have been talking about them. I was like, I really want these shoes. I was like, I could buy them right now, right? But one, Lou is going to be tight at me if I buy these shoes right now. And 2, like, I know, like, if I spend this money right now, there's going to be something that comes up and I'm just going to be like, damn.
I should know about those shoes.
Now I can't pay with these shoes, right?
Word.
So, somebody came in and it was an athlete and there was like a bunch of stuff that the brand had gifted them. And the stuff was hideous. 2, a lot of the stuff didn't fit him. So he's like, I was wondering if I could like do something with this stuff. Somebody was like, we can't do a return, but we could do an exchange. And he was like, that's fine. Like, I'll take that. Went to the store, grabbing stuff. So he came and he was looking at them. I was like, that's a good shoe, bro. You should buy that. Like that's definitely a shoe that like once it's gone, that's it. It's a great shoe. Make sure you get that shoe. And we had 3 colors. Remember, it was the black, we had the white, and then we had a few pairs of that orange, red, like that crazy one. And he's like, yo, you think so? I'm like, yo, that's a good shoe. I really think you should get that. So he's like, all right. So from then on, it was like, yo, what's your name? He was like asking me a bunch of questions, and I was just being myself, just talking to him. And we, like, from that interaction, we got into like a real conversation, like a really genuine conversation, right? And we were just talking about, I was just talking about my life, and he was talking about his life and stuff that he wants to do and stuff that I want to do. And it just kept going. And then the last thing he asked me, he was like, yo, where you from? And I'm like, oh, I'm from Brooklyn, you know, but I live in Jersey. He's like, yo, I like your energy, man. He's like, yo, you a good dude. From this conversation, and just, it was really genuine, and I appreciate that. He was like, you know, you don't get that from a lot of people.
You don't.
And he gave me a pound, he gave me a hug, and he was like, yo, go to the back and get your size in the shoe and go put it with my stuff. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna get you those shoes. I know you were saying that you wanted them. He was like, I'm in a position where I can help, and I'm gonna help you, you know? And yo, I had so many interactions like that at Adidas, and that was such a good thing. Like I was able to kind of like relate to people. One story. I don't remember if you were there, but this is one thing that's gonna stick with me for the rest of my life. And I'm like getting a little choked up about it because it was so crazy how it happened, right? So I was at work, and again, I was just having one of those shitty days, bro. One of those just days where I was just like, yo, I don't want to be here, dude. I don't. So this couple came in, and
oh, I was there. I remember. I know the story you're about to say.
This couple came in, and the husband was talking to me and stuff, and I noticed that like she came and she sat down, and she was just like really quiet, but I didn't really put 2 and 2 together. So he was like, you know, we're up here from Florida, and you know, she needs a comfortable pair of shoes to walk in and stand and stuff. And I'm like, yo, listen, this shoe is like the best that I think. I love this shoe. I think this is the best option for you. And he looked inside, he looked at the price tag, and he was like, you know, that's a little steep for right now. And I'm like, listen, just try them on. I was like, just try them on. And he was like, yeah. I'm like, listen, just try them on. If you don't like them, you don't like them, and I'll find something for you guys. Right? So I was like, is the shoe for, at first I thought the shoe was for him, and he's like, no, it's for her. And then he told me like what it was about. And I was like, yeah, come on. I was like, listen, I'll take you guys down to the women's floor, and I'll help find something for her. So he was like, oh man, I thank you so much. So, you know, I started talking to them. I told them my name. I, you know, got a little bit about them. But I'm so in my head that I'm not noticing everything about her, you know? So I'm noticing she's like walking slow. She's like, she's like grimacing like she's in a lot of pain. So she sits down real slow, and he's like putting the shoes on her, and she stood up and she was like, I love these shoes. And I was like, you know, don't worry. I was like, I'm going to give you guys my discount. Yeah. You know? And they were like, oh my God, thank you so much. So I was like, listen, keep the shoes on. I'm going to let them know that you got the shoes on because you're not supposed to. I was like, I'm going to let them know that you got the shoes on and you guys are good. Just whenever you're ready, just go down there. You guys are good. I gave them my card, everything. So they were set. So now she got like a little bit more pep on her step, right? And they came back and they were like, you know, Jeremy, thank you so much. We really appreciate you. And she grabbed my hand and she put $20 in my hand, bro. And I looked at it and I'm like, I don't need this. And they're like, no, keep it. And like she fought me for me to keep the money. And I was like, yo, can I give you a hug? And she was like, of course. And yo, she gave me like the tightest hug that I've ever. And I was like, you know, I was having a really bad day, and just it's not even about the money, because I didn't want to take the money. Yeah. You know, but it's like that hug and that interaction just, yo, I went into the bathroom, bro, and I started crying. And that was the last time I hadn't seen them. I didn't nothing. It was, they left and I started crying, like, you know, because it was, I didn't think that, you know. A couple months later, she came back to the store with her 2 kids. And she was like, you know, I seen her like moving now and everything. So she didn't see me, and I was standing there, and I was like, hey, welcome back. And she looked at me, she's like, oh my God. She gave me a hug, and she's like, how are you? And yo, she we were talking and stuff, and I'm like, listen, anything that you get, I got you. You know, I got you. Like, she's like, oh, you don't have to do it. I'm like, I got you. Don't worry, I got you. So boom. Again, she wanted to get a pair of shoes for her son. Her son was young, so she's like, I'm not trying to spend, you know, and I understand that, you know, and I went, and I was like, yo, listen, whatever they get, here's my card, hold it down. When they're done, you give it back to me. So again, she came back, and again, she gave me $20. And I'm like, you don't have to do this you don't have to do this. Yeah. And she's like, no. She's like, you know, you've been so helpful to me, and you don't even know it. And now is when we got into the like what she was going through and everything. So, she had a really, really aggressive form of breast cancer. And she's from Florida, and she was up here for her treatments at Sloan Kettering. So she's like, the first day that I met you, she was like, I came back from a treatment, and I was feeling like shit. She was like, you know, I was throwing up, I was in pain, and I just didn't want to do anything. And she's like, from the moment that me and my boyfriend met you, I just forgot about all that. You know, she's like, you helped me with those shoes. I left here, and he was like, what's going on? She's like, I don't know. Like, I just feel so good. And she was like, you know, we walked around the city and everything. And she was like, you know, you've been so helpful, and you don't even know it. You know, she's like, your character and the way you helped us, like, you didn't have to do any of that. She was like, you helped me so much. And she's like, you know, when I'm like feeling sick, I think about that, and it helps me. And, you know, I was like, listen, like, let's exchange information. Like, now that I know this, like, now I want to be a part of your battle. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be there. I want to check on you all the time. And there'll be times where I would check on her, and she's like, you know, I'm not really feeling it. And I'm like, all right, you know, just, you know, hit me up when you feel okay, and, you know, give my love to everybody. And, you know, I seen her like progress, and she ended up beating it. She ended up beating it, and that second time that I saw her, that now I knew everything, I was like, whoa. Like, I went home, and I was telling Lou, I was like, yo, remember the lady that I had saw? She came back, and bro, I just started crying. I was like, I didn't think that I could help somebody like that. You know, I didn't think that just me being myself and being kind and doing something so little like that, like, dude, that's something I do every day. You know, people would come in like, yo, listen, I used to deal with customers where it's like, oh, I need this, 1, 2, 3, and they're gone. And then there's other times where it was like I would be an hour. You know, like,
and it's genuine.
You don't think like, yo, bro, I never thought that I could have that impact on somebody that I did, one, that I didn't know, and then 2, somebody that was going through something so serious as that. You know, it's like, yo, like, there's times when medicine doesn't even help. Yeah, right. You know, and it goes to show you like what being a good person or like just like putting your stuff to the side for 5-10 minutes, how much impact. Yo, bro, I started hysterical crying, bro. Like, she's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing's wrong. I just didn't think that I could help somebody in that way. You know, and still now to this day, like, I text her and, you know, check up on them, on the family and stuff. And she's like, yo, you don't understand how grateful. Yo, bro, that shit makes me feel so wild. She's like, you don't understand how much of a presence you had in my battle and my fight. And I used to tell her all the time, like, yo, you got this. You know what I'm saying? Right. You're gonna ring that bell, and you're gonna be okay. Like, you're gonna be okay. Your family, you have your family and everything. And like, I still talk to her all the time. And then and it's like a little bit of outside support from your initial family. Like, look, and then just like you say, you needed that hug too. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? And that's like amazing. Like, me just on the outside looking in, is you don't know what walk of life somebody's going through or having, and then your little interaction, like, you
with a celeb, like he said, yo, that conversation, he probably got people in his circle that is not having that conversation with him. So the fact that you can do that and the fact that you put yourself in the right state of mind having that conversation, like that's beautiful, dog.
Going back to that sneaker story, so it turns out that the guy, shout out to my guy Ethan. I don't say anybody's name, but I feel like that's important. Turns out that he was a retired player for New York City Football Club.
Oh, nice.
And now he's a photographer and stuff. So he was working in Italy for a while with a soccer team, and he's just doing a bunch of stuff. So yeah, shout out to you, my guy. Like that was just such a dope thing. That was just such a dope thing to experience. Like, cause like I said, I love helping people, and to see that coming the other way, it was so dope. So shout out to you, my guy. Much love always. Much luck on all your future endeavors. Hopefully we could get you in here.
Hey, listen.
One day just to chop it up with us for a bit. So yeah, anything else you wanna?
No, I'm actually moved. I think this episode is gonna be an episode that's gonna like hit a home, and I'm excited that we were able to have it. Just guys, like I said in the first episode, open your ears, guys.
Yeah,
open your heart, like, and just like really understand the power and the impact you have as an individual.
One thing I do want to add is just just love everybody. Like I said, it's just those little things that can help empower people. Stop trying, stop this bullshit that's going on and trying to shit on people and like, yo, I'm better than you and I'm doing this, and you just cut that out. Cut that out. Like right now, all this stuff that's going on in the world, we don't need that.
We need love.
We do need love. We do need love, and it's so important to empower your people. That's why I'm always like, yo, bro, thank people more.
Right.
I notice like you've been places with me when somebody's doing a service, I'm like, yo, thank you so much.
No, right. Right.
A couple times I say, and they're like, oh, you're welcome. Nah, thank you so much. You don't have to be here doing this for me. I get out of Uber, thank you so much. Have a great day. Somebody serves me my food, yo, thank you so much. It's those little things, like be grateful. Be grateful. Like I said, there's a lot of people out there that do not have the opportunity. Like I'm going on vacation tomorrow. I'm so happy that I'm able to do that.
Right.
I'm happy that I have the money to be able to do that. I get to, Mia gets to enjoy these things, because me and Lou are able to provide those things. There's people that can't do that.
Right.
Be grateful. Empower people. My brothers come together, empower each other, hold each other up. There's something that's not done in society. You see the shit that goes on against. Yo, empower people, bro. Empower people. Empower your brothers. Right. Hold each other up, lift each other up. Stop trying to shit on people.
Right, that's a fact.
Be there for your brothers. I always tell you, bro, like, yo, I appreciate you. I love you. You know what I'm saying? Because I do, bro. I love you from the bottom of my heart.
See, same here, dog.
We don't get enough of that.
Exactly.
We don't get enough of that. People gunning each other down in the streets. Yo, stop that shit. We killing each other.
Right.
We killing each other.
We should be loving each other.
There's this whole great war going on. It's like us and them, but at the same time, it's us against us.
Right.
It needs to come to a point where it stops, and we need to be greater. We need to be greater than that.
Right.
We need to support each other. We need to be there for each other. Hold each other up. There might be something that you might not be good at, or you're not able to do that I can't, and I'm gonna make sure that I help you get to that point. I'm gonna make sure that I help you get to that point where you need to be, because at the end of the day, if it's helping, even though I'm helping you, I'm helping myself become a better person. I'm helping myself achieve something that's greater than just myself or yourself. Right. We have to start doing this. That dude, Long Beach Griffey on IG, he does those videos like "Good Morning, Men," short men, tall men. We need more of that.
Yeah, Long Beach Griffey. I like that
we
guy
need more of that. It's just those kind words like stop treating people like shit, man. It sucks to see. You gotta really like come to a point of realization, and it's like I said, like we killing each other, we shitting on each other, we doing wrong against our own people. Especially as men, like we looked at to provide and protect, but we don't do that for each other.
Right.
you know, and I really hope that like people hear this and they're like, damn, people might not. It's all right. You know, but I do know that there's gonna be people who appreciate this.
No, of course.
And they're like, damn, like, you know, like people always tell me like, yo, I love bringing people together.
Nah,
and you know that I do. I love bringing
that's a
people
fact.
together. Because like I said, there might be something that you don't know, that I know, or my mans might know, and that could make something so much bigger for all of us. Like, we really need to come to this realization so much, much, much sooner than later. And I'm gonna leave with that.
Hey, I like that. I like that. So episode 8, guys. Episode 8. Thank you, Marv. Thanks, Jerm. Thank you,
Shout out to everybody. We love y'all. We gotta go. Marv is kicking us out.
We out.